Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. We're going to start off with some astrology, and then we're going to move into the cards. You guys ready? Please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. I upload Capricorn content every single Wednesday. But hey, check your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign out. So there's going to be other content that you may want to peek into. Yeah, let's go. Astrology. Okay, so there's a lot of tension between Mars and Venus and Lilith. Now, why is that important? Because it's your first house. It's happening in your first house. Mars and Venus are still riding dirty on each other, and it's great energy, only it's being acted upon by Neptune, which is making them a little daisical. And then there's this sense of like Lilith coming at them in direct opposition. It's like that could mean that you could get very distracted very easily. Since this is all happening in your first house, you could get really distracted really easily with those parts of yourself that you just aren't feeling good enough, right? And they could become what is distracting you, those aspects of yourself that you just don't feel are good enough. Or maybe you're feeling a little bit more tempted than you have been to break yourself down, to fit yourself into a relationship, to keep somebody else happy. This is usually not a Capricornian thing, but who gives? We're all people, man. We all have different aspects to ourselves. And with all that kind of focus on your first house, there is room for sort of self-torment or I don't know. It's like taking risks that you may not normally take. Now, this can work out. This can be good. Absolutely. But with you, you have to be aware that whatever risk that you take, most of the focus is still going back to that first house. So you're taking the risk with yourself. You're taking the risk with how you feel about yourself and who you are. And so what I would suggest mostly for you guys right now is allow this energy to be very self-exploratory. Like allow yourself to try different things just to discover different dynamics or aspects of yourself that you may not have known existed. A lot of this could be discovery that is being introduced to you through your partner or through a partnership, which is way cool. The one thing I want you guys to be wary of is don't let yourself be talked into what's not good for you. Try new things. Don't look at a plate and be one of those annoying motherfuckers who say, oh no, that looks gross, I'm just not going to taste it. Bitch, food is meant to be tasted. Taste. This is a great time to taste different portions or parts of you. But if you don't like it, I mean, I'm not going to get insulted if you just spit that shit out. But you could be playing and go, oh God, I'm going to take some water and then never ever eat that again. Okay, that's fair. And that's what I want you to do. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I better eat this whole thing even though it's gross. And shoving something down into you, disrespecting what you now know, disrespecting what you now understand is something that you got to scratch off the list. Like, let that be the openness, right? The openness, let it all come in. Try different things. I swear to God, you're going to find some stuff that you think is delicious and aspects of your character that, you're going to love for the rest of your life. They may even become focal points of who you are. But ultimately, Capricorn, the weariness that I have is that sense of you may be a little too malleable, not used to being this malleable, and let things go a little too far or a little too long than they normally would. And even if you do that, ain't no shame in that game. Don't be ashamed of yourself for that shit. Everybody has those journeys of self-awareness. And this is certainly a time for becoming more aware. But it's like aware of those aspects of yourself that you didn't even know were there. Like you didn't even know what you didn't know when it comes to these aspects of yourself. Like this is gonna, I don't know, I think you're going to be having a lot of fun. Let's put it that way. For the most part, you should allow yourself to have fun with this. But overall, there is that caveat of a allowing yourself to go too far. And by too far, I don't judge you for whatever you try, whatever you explore, but don't convince yourself you like it. You'll know immediately that it ain't for you. So just don't be tempted to try to convince yourself that it is. To fit into a box that honestly your iron ass is not going to be able to mold to. It's just not. You're not trying to lose yourself, Capricorn. You're trying to expand yourself. And that comes from a place of knowing where you started, right? So let's get into the cards. Capricorn. Remember, there's always an extended reading, and I will leave those links below for you in the comments section. I also have memberships, y'all. Join the memberships. My goal is 1,000 members and those unbound members. And what does that mean? You get all the extended readings and you get all my time and attention. You get 2 readings a week with me where I will answer any tarot card question you have. It's like having me in your pocket a couple of times a week from members only readings. And I'll add more as we grow and expand. Plus, you get badges, you get priority comments, you get all this stuff that other people don't get. And check it out. Check it out. I want to see these first. That's why I was moving to the side. Nothing is wasted and time for a deep dive. A little bit about what we were talking about. If you feel like you've gotten in over your head a little bit, I think that you're supposed to gotten in over your head. Time for a deep dive, allowing yourself to fall in love. Nothing is wasted. That sense of, even if you're distracted a little bit, this is a wonderful thing for you to allow to happen to you. This is the treasure in the trash heap card. You know, this is finding something where you didn't expect it, finding value where you least expected it, because it's like you don't even know what you're digging for. You're digging for curiosity's sake itself. You're not digging for anything but that. Allow yourself to do it and allow yourself to dive deep. You'll know when enough is enough. But this is a time for you, this energy of this week is allow the curiosity. And then we have, this just came to me. If there's anybody out there who is having issues with their love life, going deeper is going to really be effective now. This could be when you salvage a love affair. And the way that you're salvaging it is learning how to appreciate those aspects of it that are maybe a little bit more lumpy and bumpy and not perfectly curved or carved or polished, right? There's just that sense of go deeper, see the beauty underneath. Or having somebody see the beauty underneath you, and similarities between, the swan and the vulture. One is so ugly, one is so beautiful. But the truth is, if you go deeper, they have a lot of similarities. They both have. You look under a swan's ass, he's gonna have an asshole too. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like that. It's finding the beauty in the ugly things about somebody. And as you're exploring these more imperfect aspects of them, or they're exploring these more imperfect aspects of you, they're actually going to become more beautiful to you, not less, because of the depth of understanding you'll have between each other. Real intimacy is about like waking up in the morning without your makeup on. Real intimacy is about letting somebody look over your shoulder when you're on the scale. Real intimacy is about, maybe not leaving the door open when you're going to the bathroom, but hey, I'll put a candle on if it stinks. Like real intimacy is about those undertones, isn't it? And that's kind of what it is. You're starting to see more beauty. So allow this to happen. Allow that heart space to open, because this is a beautiful energy to really be seen and loved for those parts of yourself that you may have considered just, like, the swan, I'll show you all day, right? But the vulture, that's ugly. That's the redheaded stepchild, right? That's we don't want to acknowledge that. But your love is actually going to grow deeper. And it can be love for what you do. It can be love for your job. It can be love for friendship, because this is very Aquarian energy. This is a sense of there's an intimate moment that's going to be happening this week. There's a lot of energy where you can actually find greater beauty by allowing the ugly to be seen. And then we have the abundant universe will provide, and transformation is beautiful. And it's almost like starting to see the beauty in something that you hadn't known was there until you started to see these shadow parts of it. And now all of a sudden something is very evident. And it's like a miracle that this abundance is happening. There's this transformation of the way that you see things, of the way that you see resources, of the way that you see your life in general. And it's just it's rising you up. It's just, I'm feeling the rise, right? It's making you better. There's a maturation here. The abundant universe will provide. Something beautiful is coming out of something that seemed really repulsive. But it seemed repulsive because you didn't really know it. That's what I want to say. You seemed repulsive because you didn't really know it. And when you started getting to know it, you're seeing that there are resources there that you are going to really be happy about. So yeah, please apply this not only to romantic relationships, but also business endeavors, etc., etc. We have use your mind wisely. And this is when pigs fly. So this is a sense of if you use your mind, almost think of Queen of Swords. She's so clever. She can find a way through her cool intellect, through her pure clarity. The power of her clarity helps her figure out how to get that stone throne to float on a cloud. And if you don't think that's real, how much you think a motherfucking 747 weighs? That's kind of what this energy is. It's like allowing the beauty and clarity of objectivity to guide your way. And you will find a way to make the impossible happen. How does that translate into your life? Don't take shit so personal this week. Right? It's almost like allow yourself to step back and see them or the situation, okay, and like accept the ugly. Don't take it so personally or like it's a personal insult. There's just a sense of step back from and be like, this is what it is. Now, what am I going to do with it? What can I do with it? And what does it want from me? Right? There's that mentality of if you can get yourself into that mindset, you will legitimately be able to accomplish anything right now in this energy. No. Okay, one more shuffle. Let's just see what comes out. Capricorn. No. Okay. Whatever, dude. I love you, angels. Use your mind wisely. Co-create. Wow, I mean, that came out real quick. And I knew these cards wanted to talk to me. I knew they had something to say. All right, hold up, Capricorn. I know you want more. I'm going to get it to you. We have co-create. Co-create, procreate, baby. Not necessarily, but co-create. So this is a sense of you don't have to do this on your own. You know, one person's got the wisdom, the other person's got the speed. You know, one person's got the charisma, the other person's got the consistency. Like there's just this sense of like marry that energy with the wisdom. See how your two different aspects work well together. And that's what I think what you're trying to do, especially with partnerships, is understand what can we both contribute to this and how can we both respect each other's contribution, honor each other's contribution, and not degrade the other's contribution because it is different than ours. That's really, really important. And then we have never-ending story here. Okay, something could be on repeat, right? Something that you felt would never end. Or is just saying that, hold on. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. Peace. I want to say that it's almost like you've been going over and over this with somebody. Maybe you feel that there's some stuff like you're stuck on repeat about. The wonderful reality of this week is that seeing things differently, seeing things outside of the box, being exposed or allowing just some truth or some facts to come in, is going to actually help make peace with a situation that you thought you could never or you're just accepting the fact that it's almost like, or you're just accepting the fact that, this is the way it is, right? And I don't have to be the one that changes it. I just have to understand that this is the way it is and really ask myself, can I accept this about the situation, about them? But I honestly think that this could also be a confirmation that you guys are going to be timeless. Like, this is a sense of you don't want to give up on each other. You're committed to each other. And because you're committed to each other was the catalyst for making you explore what else could make you work, what else could help you, what else could help the situation. And I got to say, it's really bringing about this whole possibility of working it out, of finding an equalizer. Yeah, I got to go to these cards. What is this never-ending story? I really want to know that. Oh, transformation. Stop. You thought that this would never end. Or you thought that you would never find a partner. You really didn't. And now you have a new beginning. You thought that you just would never find or figure this stuff out. And now all of a sudden you do. Things are changing. Okay. We have movement, choices, and decisions in the future. It's almost like the future is saying, no, I don't want movements, choices, and decisions in the future. I'm trying to make the decisions now that will last. Okay. Go one step at a time, dude. Like Capricorn, it's so important in this energy to take one step and then take another step. Put one foot in front of the other. Don't look any farther than the next step. You will self-sabotage if you look too far into the future or decide, I can't let this change. You have to leave room for change. You have to leave room. There is abundance in change. That's what it's saying. There is abundance in change. If you allow your mind to change, if you allow yourself to change, you'll find an abundance in change that is awesome. Material and spiritual prosperity. Here you are. Here you are. That's coming a little bit in the past. Okay. Why is this here though? Movement, choices, and decisions. Could you please clarify that, God? Can you please clarify why this is coming out in the future? Why? Patience and planning. And then mental conflict. That's the problem. This is a major challenge right now, Capricorn. You are you're over planning, and that's what's causing your stress. And I think that's what's also causing you to butt heads with somebody else. This sense of, but I want to know what's going to happen. No. But it's causing a major clash. It's causing conflict too. It's progress, not perfection. Okay, that's what it is, one step in front of the other. There's been too much of a sense of, but I need to know. there's a conflict there or a disappointment that somebody has not given you the answers or the certainty or the security that you needed from them, that you needed to know. And it could be that the both of you are conflicted on the situation. You have, but at the same time, I don't see you giving up. I just see you're conflicted. You're conflicted. There's a question here. Should I give up? Is this just going to be easier? And I don't think that you want to say yes to that. So can you kind of help me, Spirit, in understanding what Capricorn should do? A new start is coming. That's what came out. And we have that transformative energy of the butterfly. So maybe the mental conflict is really just about making decisions. You're going to be planning something. And it's just a sense of, maybe I don't know how to plan this yet. Or I'm conflicted, or the two of you conflict on how this is going to go down. But at least you're in the process. A new start is coming. Let's dive deeper into that. I will see you guys over in tarot. Links below.